you think you'd be intimidated by the boundaries of, you know, knowing exactly what you have to write about, or the length of the song or something like that. But I think all those things in the end are really welcome to a songwriter as an kind of who that's not his usual job. I mean, if it was always that way, I'm sure it would become cumbersome, but um, it's actually a cool challenge. And the philosophical discussions that we would get into talking about, you know, where the woman is, or what the father's thinking. And, you know, that was, you know, with someone like Glenn, it's just rewarding. You know, maybe not the best person, but a decent human. You know, it's like temperament is how you are, and personality is who you are. And maybe he's just born with that temperament that's not going to allow him to be as, you know, the best father he can be, or the best community member he can be. But it doesn't stop him from trying. It's just that his way of achieving his goals and what he sets his sights on are all a bit skewed, and not necessarily, you know, he gets himself in positions, and then once, you know, this character, and then once he's kind of dug himself in a hole, in order to get out, he has to kind of almost do something even more nefarious than the first act, and then it just becomes law of diminishing returns. And so I think this was, I think that song, to be honest, I think that it's written about really the whole scope of his character in the as an overview of the whole film. Sean was asking for a piece of music as she was graduating, I believe. There's a few things that happen in that scene. Sometimes he'll just ask for, you know, something. I need a little bit of this color. I need a little bit of that color, or this tempo, or, and if you give him a few things to choose from, you know, there's always one that sticks. And you know, the cool thing is he doesn't really ask, can I get that, but make it this, can I get, he doesn't do a lot of directing. He just kind of, he'll ask you for something, and you give him a few things, and then he can hear it. And maybe that's just because we've developed a good relationship, or understanding, that if he asks it of me, he kind of knows what he's going to get. There's a little bit of, you know, ESP. We don't have to really talk too much about it. Growing up, my favorite playwright was Edward Albee, and you'd sit in the theater, and it felt like you had to put your seatbelt on just as the curtain was rising, because, you know, it would rise to one. The set was usually a living room or a park bench. There was going to be no other sets, and some shit was going to go down in that room. And as the curtain goes up, I'm thinking, why do I love this? You know, why do I love this? And I think it's because it's the kind of art that shows a reflection of society, of our own relationships, of our fucked up relationships, of our broken past, of our, you know, and it makes us feel maybe less alone, that we've been through some shit, or it makes us feel better about ourselves because we dealt with it at least better than these people did. Why do you like it? And sometimes it's just incredible to watch an amazing performance of individuals, in this case, again, a true story, and see it played out it's really, it's my kind of cinema.